All right, so hi everybody. Today is Wednesday, November, what is it today? November 12th, I think? Is it the 11th? Okay. So today is Wednesday, November 11th, and we're starting with the red lesson today. And today is all about writing and writing about things in the classroom. So you're gonna see the where question a lot, and then you're gonna need to remember the three prepositions that we have been talking about. So we'll just do a little bit of practice. Before we write, let's just review. Carmen, where are the pencils? So there's two of them. We have to use the pencils. Good job. Good. The pencils are in the cup. Nice. Where are the pencils? Good job. The pencils are on the cup. Now I'm going to go singular one. Where is the pencil? Good job. Okay. So those are the three prepositions that we've been working on hard. In, on, under. Very common. Been talking about the plural, which means more than one. So 2, 3, 4, and the singular. And so what be verb do we use with singular? Yep, that's one. Do you use is or are? Is. Good job. Plural, we use are. Great. All right. Let's jump into our presentation for today. So we just did a review of the prepositions, the be verbs, the where question. Let's take a look at what we're going to be working on today. Today's all about writing, okay? We're going to talk about writing sentences about the location of classroom objects. And we've been doing a lot of that in speaking. Today we want to also introduce how to begin a sentence with a capital letter. That's a big letter. And end every sentence or statement with a period. So as we go through and we write, I'll be checking to make sure every sentence you write has a big letter for the first letter and a period on the end. That'll be really important too when you take the quiz. I have you typing your answers into a Google form, okay? And you have to have everything perfect in order for it to be correct. So let's jump in and take a look at some of these things. First of all, let's review some vocabulary. So, do you remember what this is called from yesterday? Good, a hole puncher. Good. It's a hole puncher. How about this picture? Well, it's got to be one of these. It is, yeah. Which one of these, though, is it up here? Good. Notepads. Is that singular or plural? Good. It's plural. There's more than one. Yesterday, I showed everybody a notepad, okay? It's easy to confuse all these things. So someone would know what you're talking about if you called this a notebook. But notice the binder on the top. It's a notepad because it kind of has this binding, and then it's just a pad of paper. So a notepad. On the other hand, let me blow the screen up for a second. You also have this kind of paper, which has a metal spiral binder. Most often these are called notebooks. So this is a notebook. This is a notepad. And then finally, you'll see I have we call this a ream of paper. So there's more than one in here, but it's just paper. And if I open it up, you could have one piece of paper, two pieces of paper. There's 150 pieces of paper in here. All right. So we have notepads, plural. What is this called right here? Do you remember? Good job. It's a bulletin board. Do you know what we call these? We call those tacks. Tacks. Just use a tack to put in the bulletin board to hang up a notice. I gave you the answer there. That's a whiteboard. How about this right here? Do you know what we call these? So these are called index cards. I wish I had an actual index card to show you, but they're 3 inches, so about this wide, and about 5 inches long, okay? And we call those 3x5 index cards or 3x5 cards. What do you think this is here? Yeah, scissors. Scissors, good. All right, let's take a look at these. You remember what we call these? Good. Paper clips. Is that singular or plural? Good. How did you know that, Areto? There's a lot of them, isn't there? You can also see the S right here on this word. All right. Good job. So we got paper clips. Carmen, what do we call this right here from up here? Good. It's a marker. And do you remember what we call this? A globe. Excellent. Man, did you watch the lesson yesterday? You did, I can tell. You studied the words. Good. All right. Now, let's practice some writing, okay? So if you're watching online or if you're sitting here like Carmen, pull out your notebook, okay? And you're going to notice there's a sentence. Well, good morning. How are you? Let me pause and take some temperature. Okay, I forgot to hit record. I'd like everybody to take out your notebook and look at the picture. Write a true sentence. You're going to notice that sentence number 1 is incorrect. The globe is on the wall. So is that true? It's not, is it? So I want you to write a sentence here that is correct. Where is the globe? All right, and do number 2 and number 3, and then we'll look at the correct sentence. Switch it with a different one if it's giving you trouble. All right, so let's take a look at the correct answer for number 1. Okay, so the globe is on the bookcase. You can see up here a couple of things I want to point out. Number 1, let me get my pointer, okay? Yeah. All right. Do you guys notice how the T is a big T, okay? You've got to have a capital T right here, and you got to have a period on the end. Now, when you're typing, remember, put the period right next to the E, or the last letter, no space, okay? And then if you have another sentence, you put a space and then start the new sentence. All right, good job. So the globe is on the bookcase. How about number 2? Let's take a look at number 2. Okay, so do you see the map? Where's the map? Is, what do we say? Is it in the wall or on the wall? Good job. Let's take a look at that. Here it is. The map is on the wall. Again, notice the big T, okay? And notice the period. The map is on the wall. And you can see the map up here in the video. It's on the wall, okay? So the mistake is right here. It's not in the desk, it's on the wall. All right? Carmen, can you read number 3? Good. And let's find the clock. Do you see the clock up there? You see it right here? Yeah. Yeah. So it should read, the clock is on the wall. Okay? Again, you want to make sure when you go to take the test today, you got to have a big letter. Okay? That's part of the lesson today. If you put a little letter, it's going to mark it wrong. Okay? So put a big letter on the first letter of the sentence, and you got to have a period without a space. Don't put a space in there. Just put a period right after the last letter in the sentence. Okay? So, Sado, we're actually practicing writing today. Okay? So you're going to want to get out your notebook and a pencil. All right, we're going to do a lot of writing. Let's go to the next one. All right. It says, where is the computer? You guys see that I circled the object, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to write the question, where, whatever circle, where is the computer? Okay, so you would write it. Again, I want to point out how important this is. You got to have a big letter on the front, okay? If it's a question, you got to put a question mark. No space. It's R question mark. No space, okay? The answer is, the computer is on the table. So you're going to write both the question and the answer for the pictures coming up, okay? Here we go. All right. You guys see the circle? These are pens. Pens. All right. I'm gonna give you a minute. Write the question. Okay? And then put the answer based on this right here. And then we'll check our answers together. Because they're different colors. So the question is, where are the pens? Make sure this is a big W, capital W, question mark right next to the S. Answer, the pens are in the cup. Or you can say, the pens are on the desk. Okay? Either one is okay. All right, you ready for the next one? Okay, here's another one. Okay, you guys see the circle? So you want to ask a question. What are these? Books. Books. So ask the question. And then answer it. And listen, this is a bookcase. Bookcase. You got it. All right. How did you do? Let's see. So, what do you use? Because it's more than one. Where are the books? Books. Thank you, that, huh? Yep. Okay. Books. Plural. How you doing? Show me. I can look at it. Where are the books? Good. You got a big letter. You got a question mark. The books are in the bookcase. Okay, this is interesting. We always say on. Well, hold on a sec. Let me think about that. So this is confusing. You're right. If we say bookcase, we say in the bookcase. If we say shelf, bookshelf, we say the books are on the bookshelf. But bookcase, good job, in the bookcase. Yeah, bookcase, it would be in. Yep. A bookcase, usually we think of something with doors on it, but it's okay. It's okay. I like what I'm seeing. Let me come up here and just point out a couple of things. So, remember this is a big letter, okay? Remember this is a question. Good job if you got that right. Also, I like what I heard over here. You can replace this, the books, with they. They. That's okay. When you take the quiz today, though, just put the books, okay? They are on the bookcase. Now listen, I actually was talking with Carmen, and this is a strange thing about English. When you call this thing over here a bookcase, you can. You can also call it bookshelves. If you call it a bookcase, I would say the books are in the bookcase, especially if it has doors, that it closes. If you're saying that the books are on the shelf or the bookshelf, you would use on, okay? So really, because I use bookcase here, it really probably would be better to say in. The books are in the bookcase, okay? I'd give it to you either way, because that's kind of tricky. All right, let me erase that. All right. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so these are files, okay? So you have a filing cabinet, and you have, I'm trying to show files, so let me spell that. Okay, So it's more than one plural. Files. Make the question. Okay, for everybody, I put the answers up here on the board. Where are the files? Where are the files? The files are in the filing cabinet or the file cabinet. So either one works. Again, you can see what's circled here. There's a lot going on in this room. Let's review some of the vocabulary in the room just for a second while we're waiting for everybody to finish writing. You've got, what do we call this, Carlos? I called you Carlos again, Carmen. What is that? Good, a computer. What is this right here? It's a table. Good, good. Do you know what we call this right here? It's just a book. Here we have, what are these? It's really hard to see. I think they're erasers. All right, let's go to the next one. Sato, are you doing okay? You're just writing this down? Okay. No problem. So we have here a metal cabinet. A metal cabinet. We have a pencil sharpener. Pencil sharpener. We've got, looks like we've got some notebooks. We have a box with a ruler inside. Got some pencils. All right, good. Let's go to the next one. All right. Here we are. What's the question? You remember what this is called? A globe. A globe. Yep. Yeah, we call it, so this is a map, and this is a map, a globe. Map, globe. Where, so, yeah, yeah. Good. Again, we spell it globe. All right. Now again, we're going to call this a bookcase. A bookcase. All right. How's yours looking over there? I'm going to give everybody a minute to write those down. Okay, you guys can check your answers. And give me 1 second. I'll help you in a minute. Check your answers. Again, please be very, very careful. Make sure that you have a big letter, that everything is spelled correctly. Notice when you take the quiz, you need to have everything perfect. Okay? So you want to put a big letter, one space, okay, between words, just one space, and then make sure you get the punctuation on the end correctly as well, and then you're going to get it correct, okay? Same thing down here. Big letter, space, next word, space, next word. No space right here on the end. Put a period on the statement. Okay? All right. Let's go to the next one. Okay. This is the same idea. Do you guys remember what we call this? This is called a hole punch. A hole punch. I'm going to write it up here. A hole puncher. Hole puncher. Hole puncher. Okay, so again, write the question. Where? Okay, and then answer it. We'll check your answers in a minute. All right, students online, you can see the answer to the picture. Where is the hole puncher? The hole puncher is under the desk. So both Carmen and Sato did a great job writing those sentences. Now listen, I can't see you if you're at home, but it's really important that you practice writing these sentences down. Make sure that you have a big letter for the first letter and a question mark at the end. Same thing down here, but this is a statement, so it ends with a period. All right? When you go to take the quiz, you got to have everything perfect. All right, let's go to the next one. Here's another one. You guys remember what this is called? Good. That's a globe. And let me write that up here just so you practice the spelling right. So we have a globe. Good. G-L-O-B-E. That's what the globe is. Do you guys remember what we're going to call this? This is a new word, okay? Do you see the big door on it? We have one of these in our kitchen. We call it a cabinet. Just a cabinet. Okay, so ask the question and answer the question. Or answer the question. Okay, so students online, check what you wrote. Make sure it's 100% correct. Where is the globe? Question mark. The globe is in the bookcase. Okay? Remember, check those big letters out on the front. Question mark on the end. Big letter on the. And a period on the statement. Okay? Very good. All right, here's another one. Do you guys remember what we call this? Yeah, let me write it up on the board for you. So we call that a bulletin board. Bulletin board. Okay? And of course, it's on the, whoop, I gave you an answer, the wall, okay? So bulletin board, wall. So give me a question and then an answer. You have a question? Yeah, the whole thing is called a bulletin board. Everything together. Yep. Good question. Yep. Are you done? All right, I'm going to throw the answers up here, and you can compare what you wrote with the answer. Where is the bulletin board? The bulletin board is on the wall. Yeah, so this is a wall. This is the wall. And this right here is a bulletin board. Don't confuse these. These are tacks. We call that a tack. But this is a bulletin board.
There's one.
Yeah. Yep, there's only one. So it's singular. That's why we use singular is. Singular is. Everybody okay?
Yes.
All right. All right, so listen, that is the end of our lesson, our writing lesson. And what you need to do now is go to Google Classroom, okay? And so in a few minutes, we're going to go do Mind Play. And it's important that you do Mind Play when Dee Dee's here. Let her work with you on Mind Play on the computer. Then when we get to 10:10, I'll be doing the green lesson, and red, you guys are going to do your independent study time, okay? Number 1, complete the worksheets below. I put lesson E from the book in there, okay? The activities are similar, a little bit different, but similar, okay? It's going to teach you some writing activities. You can see the key, the answers here. I want you to you're going to spend 40 minutes in Mind Play. Don't forget Spelling City. Spelling City during the independent study time is also important. It has your spelling activities. Tomorrow, we're going to have a quiz over list 8 words. So you should go into Spelling City and practice the activities. And then tomorrow, you're going to see a test me over list 8 from last week. And we'll have a new list tomorrow for list 9. Okay? So make sure you go in and study. Make sure you know how to spell the words. Also, if you go to this link, it has some reading practice. In the last video, I talked about how to use the Marshall Adult Education website to practice your English. Pick a story that looks interesting. Time yourself for 1 minute. See how many words per minute you can read, and put it in your notebook. Try to do that 1 time every day, and then you're going to read it out loud with the person on the audio. Read the story with them, okay? This is going to help your reading rate. It's going to help you learn new words. When you get to the end, after you read it 3 times, it'll ask you some questions about the story. In your notebook, try to answer the questions. And then you can click on this link and go to the answer key to see the answers to the questions. Okay? It's important to practice reading every day. All right. Once you get done with that, make sure you take the quiz during the independent study time. Okay? You're going to go into Google Classroom and go to Wednesday, 11/11, lesson and quiz. Again, online students, make sure you take your attendance. You guys don't need to worry about it. I'll do it for you. In-person students, take the quiz, okay? Click on this, take the quiz. It's going to ask you to write where, it's going to show you a picture like we did in the lesson. And you're going to need to tell me where something is. So you'll just say, for example, the computer is on the desk, okay? Be careful typing your answers in the quiz. Make sure everything's perfect. You have a question, Sato?